Hill climbers, the nemesis of the modern off-road rider. I think when we all started out, hill climbs were the nightmares. Things people thought of going up steep, angular embankments and losing traction, coming back and doing little somersaults. We all, when we started, had these nightmarish ordeals with hill climbs. But we learned how to deal with them and how to, let's just say, beat them. We've been very, very fortunate that we've had the help of Brian Kappa, multiple South African supermotard champion, previous South African trials champion in the Masters discipline, also supercross and motocross. He's a phenomenal rider. There is no doubting the talent in Brian Kappa. He is probably one of the most prolific off-road riders or motorcycle riders that South Africa has produced. We've been very, very fortunate that he has agreed to help us out and show how to do a hill climb and how not to do a hill climb. He's dramatized how the average rider would do a hill climb. It might not be the right way. Note, this is not how he normally rides. He's just showing us how it's done. But we'd like to give a huge congratulations to Brian for coming out and doing this. If you haven't seen any of his shows, please make a point of watching it, watching his technique, watching what he does. These are not monkey bikes or clown bikes that they use when they do those shows. You can apply those techniques to your off-road bike. In this hill climb, we're going to be watching how Brian does it correctly and how he doesn't do it correctly. Take note of body position, balance, and mostly throttle control. Do enjoy, and once again, Brian, we really appreciate your time and effort in this. Thank you. The hill climb and how we mostly do it, most of us normal people. Feet off the bike, as you can see, straddling over, never having the correct balance point. You can see Brian is dramatizing there, but a little bit of a pedal, out of control. You can see the whole time there's no confidence in this attempt, hitting in the wrong rut, then just gassing it. That is disastrous, absolutely disastrous. Brian is just trying to also show you the amount of energy that is wasted. What you're looking at there is probably 500 calories being burnt just doing this little exercise. You cannot believe, if you cook yourself like this in one climb and you've still got another 40, your day is almost finished. Then, of course, you're on the wrong side of the bike. And the possibility of you falling is great at this point because you're so unbalanced. Brian's doing a great job of showing us how it shouldn't be done, and I just hope he doesn't fall because his positioning isn't really great right now. And the event of this happening is, oh, so good. And there you have it. As you can see, even lifting your bike from this point, to stress the amount of energy it takes, it's huge. It's almost ride destroying. It can destroy your entire enduro, and it can just take everything away. You can see once again, all of it. He's just opening the throttle. He's trying to pedal. He's trying to get grip. Now he's absolutely fraught, and that's Mr. King of Fitness himself. But anyway, keeps on going, and once again, paddling. As you can see, just his own desire is just to get to the top. He's forgotten all about the right way to do it. He wheelies up to the top. He hits the groove, which is not necessarily the correct thing to do or the correct line to take. Straggling once again, straggling. Calories being burnt left, right, and center, and energy expended is horrendous. Watch this carefully and learn by this. I think you've all been down this road. I certainly have been down this road. And there are other ways to do it, and we'll learn that in a couple of seconds. The correct way of hill climbing, or doing this specific hill climbing anyway. Stopping over there, watch Brian's body. Look at his body language. He's telling you he's confident. He's way over the front bars. You can see that. Bearing a bit to the right, although, look at his left leg. You will see he has weighted his left peg because he knows he's going to be turning right. So he'll want to be weighting at that a little bit to almost incorporate a pivot. His body is way forward, and if you can see his head, he is looking ahead. And as we move on, and he goes through that there, stopping right there, he's now pulled his body a little bit back to try and get a little bit more weight over that rear tire so that traction is in its fullest form. You can also see, or if you can see, look at his foot peg and how you can see he's almost pushing the bike, thrusting it into the ground to give him that optimum traction. And as he goes up further, you will see he almost pivoted. He's kept the front wheel light. Even at this shot now, you can see he's he's got some unsprung weight and he stood up. The front wheel, you can look, was almost a little bit lifted above that. Just before he got to that point, you can see the front wheel was actually lifted 5 or 6 centimeters because he needed to put it where he wanted the front wheel to go. Now he's in that position where he knows exactly where the front wheel is. He's crested the first part of his obstacle and he's now in the middle of the bike. Once again, doing that, you saw that little seesaw, almost a little noddy move, back and forth, to make sure that the back wheel's traction is gripping and biting, but that the front wheel is also staying true. Moving on, you can see his body is in the center, now going towards the back, a little bit forward again. Never stagnant. Watch it. It's never stagnant. He's always back and forth. Left, right, up, and crest. Note right at that crest. If you look carefully, his head is probably just over the handlebars. He's probably looking at the fender roundabout now because he wants his weight right forward to almost bring the bike over the crest of the hill. Body in the center, and yeah, you can see he's already killed this hill. He's already crested it, and the amount of energy involved, minimal. And efficiency, 100%. So learn by that. Look at the previous one, learn by that.